Alrighty guys, we're back here on another day. I took the last 2 days off, the last week. It didn't kill me really, but I just, we were just tired. So I just, just they really didn't do much, just stay at home, watch some movies and whatnot. But now we're back on the road, back on the grind. And we have our first order here from the Madeline, showing 625, 2.5 miles. It's currently 11:08. We started dashing about 8 minutes ago, and this is the first decent order we've seen. So we're gonna jump on it, get our day started. We'll see you at the drop. The food all picked up, but I'm thinking for today, we'll do a little challenge against last week. So last week we did $154.86. So honestly, that was probably my worst day overall from last week. So we're gonna try and beat that today. I'm pretty confident we can. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so anyways, got the food all picked up. It's a weird day, like it's cold, but not really, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's busy. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll see you guys at the drop-off. The first order in the book, 7:25, currently 11:20 in the morning. So probably just a little slow start to our day, but that's all right, we'll take whatever we can get. But yeah, so as you can see guys, I'm still dashing in the Lexus. I was able to get an oil change. So for you guys that know, about 2 weeks ago, somebody backed into my car while it was parked at a friend's house, like on a, street parking. And when I went to go look at it, obviously it was all jacked up, but they drove off, whatever. Talked to Geico. Geico's like, okay, well, it's a hit and run or whatever, so we have to send somebody out with special equipment they're gonna plug it into the car to make sure that the car wasn't running, basically to make sure that I'm not lying. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But that dude's like super busy, I guess, so they're taking their sweet time, and I could not keep driving the Pathfinder because it's terrible on gas. If I'm out here making money, I'm not going to be out here making money with a car that gives me 16 to 17 miles per gallon when this one gets me 40 to 45 miles per gallon with lots of stop and go. It's smooth and whatnot. So the problem was, if I opened the hood, I wouldn't be able to close it, right? The hinges are messed up and they got pushed forward. So basically it's almost on my windshield, really. So some buddies that are more mechanically inclined than I am, we looked at it and said, hey, we can actually just push it down, and then we can kind of mess with the little support thing, and we can make it work. So basically, we were able to push it down, and we were actually able to lock it and unlock it. You kind of just have to eyeball it. You can't just smash it down like you normally would. So anyways, we did all that. Now it works just fine. I actually think if Geico gives me a couple $1,000s, I might not even fix it because it doesn't bother me, but we'll see. But yeah, we got the oil change yesterday, so the car is ready to go. Excuse me. And then we might look at some tires relatively soon. There is a used tire place that I always go to when I used to dash with my other vehicle. Used tires are just fine. Obviously, you have to do it at your own risk. I'm not endorsing or not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying it's a way cheaper option than getting new tires when you're just going to wear them down because you're dashing or doing any type of delivery or ride share service or whatever. But anyways, we're going to make our way back to the town center. As you can see, it's pretty much dead. I haven't gotten any offers since I've been talking here. And as I say that I get an offer, it's a garbage offer anyway, so we're not going to accept that. But we'll see you guys on the next delivery. We'll have our next order here from Willard's Barbecue. I just picked it up. Man, there's no better feeling than going to a merchant that no matter how big or how small the order is, the food's always ready. And that's Willard's Barbecue, and I'm sure one day they'll disappoint me, but as of now, they haven't. I picked up orders that were like a couple $100 to orders that are like $10, and it's always ready. Anyhow, it's showed at 625. I think it's 4 items, 2.5 miles. It is going to some type of office. It's a hand it to me, but then they say to leave it at the door when you get to the suite number. So that's what we're gonna do. We're about 5 minutes away. The day is gorgeous outside. It is relatively slow for, I think, a lunch, shift or whatever. But like I said, we're gonna do what we can. The goal is to beat last week. The last week we did $154. So last week, it was a decent day, but compared to the other days that we had when we did 250, 230, 300, all those other days, it definitely was the slowest one of all. But it's all right. Things happen. We'll see you guys at the drop. Just dropped off the order here from Willard's Barbecue. I think it ended up being $8.75. And then I got this order here from Sweet Green, and honestly, I was really on the fence about it. It's saying it's paying $11.50 for 16 items. I think it's going like 6 miles. it does have a lot of items, and it has those magical words at the bottom. You need a heated bag for this order or whatever. Sweetgreen is not cheap, okay? So that's my reason why I'm taking it. So I'm just risking it. I don't know why it would only show $11.50 if it's like a higher paying order, you know? But maybe because of the miles. Maybe because if it was showing at $6.25, I probably wouldn't take it because it's also 6 miles away. So again, we're gonna go ahead and risk it. I know the food's probably gonna be ready, so in the end, if it does bite us in the butt, it is what it is. You know, you gotta take risks. I have a gut feeling about it, so I'm gonna use my gut. And yeah, so we'll see you guys at the drop-off. So we just dropped off the last order here from Sweetgreen, and it had a $40 tip, plus the base pay ended up being like $42.94, I think, or 42 and some change, which is insane. You know, that was definitely a banger. I'm not sure why it was only showing us $11.50. I don't know the logic behind that, but I can definitely guarantee you that a bunch of other people must have seen it and must have declined it because of that reason. You know, why not show something higher? You know, because there's no way that I was the best dasher for the order. If you see in the map where I was located and where the Sweetgreen is at and all that stuff, there's no way that I was the best dasher. And when I pulled up to the Sweetgreen, there were plenty of dashers waiting there for orders. So again, no way I was the best dasher for the order. You know, so, you know, we use the experience, we use our gut feeling, and we use those words that it said, you know, you need a hot bag for this order or whatever is required, because most orders don't say that, you know. Now, did I get it because I'm signed up to be a part of that catering group or whatever? I don't know. Maybe. It didn't say it was a catering order or any of that stuff, so I don't know. But again, you know, it's in the books now. We're sitting at $58.94, currently 12:10 in the afternoon. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way back towards the town center. We'll see you guys on the next delivery. As we're making the way back to the town center, I just realized I don't know why I had my Grubhub off. I can run it now. That was only for last week's challenges. So we just turned it back on and got a couple of orders there, but nothing worth taking either. But at least, you know, it's nice to have more options since DoorDash all of a sudden went silent on me. And they didn't really go silent on me, but they're sending me a bunch of like garbage orders, like 12, 13, 14 miles away for like, you know, $8, $9.50, you know, crappy orders like that. So we're not gonna do those. So hopefully we get something along the way. It's been about 10 minutes really, just doing the drop off, 10, 12 minutes, and I haven't really seen anything worth taking. So we'll see how long it takes, but we'll see you guys on the next delivery. It's currently 12:30, so it's been about 20 minutes of declining a bunch of garbage on Grubhub, on DoorDash, and we finally have this order here from Sweetgreen showing $6.25, 2 miles. So we're gonna go ahead and get that picked up. Let's go. We're picking up the order from Sweetgreen. They sent me a stack offer from On the Counter Burger. Initially, I was a little iffy because On the Counter is relatively slow. It is like a sit-down type burger place, and I was like, man, if there's a stack on offer, maybe it won't be ready. But it was only like one burger and a thing of fries. So luckily, it wasn't ready, but you know, I think I waited like 2 minutes, so nothing basically, for an additional $6. So now we're gonna get those both dropped off. We'll see you guys in a bit. Just dropped off the last 2 orders, so we're currently sitting at $71.19, and then right away, I got this order from McDonald's showing $6.25, 2.5 miles. I couldn't take the screenshot because my finger honestly slipped, and I accepted it right away, but like I said, it's showing $6.25, 2.5 miles, and we're literally right next to the McDonald's as it is right now from where the last drop-off was. So it's a win-win-win really, but we'll see you guys at the drop-off. Food I picked up from McDonald's, and honestly, I feel like sometimes I have the worst luck. So I get here, right, and there's nobody in line, so I'm here picking up for whatever number it's telling me. And they're like, oh, we don't have it, we already made it. I'm just like, oh man, not this again, you know? And I was like, well, I'm here for it. Like, I showed them my phone. It has the numbers and stuff. So they're all asking like, you know, what, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. So then they asked the manager, then the manager asked somebody else, then somebody else comes in, and they're all looking at the computer trying to figure out like what his order is. And then turns out it was just sitting there, like tucked away in their little to-go place. And yeah, so I got the order eventually. Only waited about 5 minutes really, but I was fully ready to talk to support. You know, I was gonna get something out of it for sure. But yeah, so we're about 5 minutes away. We'll see you then, guys. After a solid 20 minutes without getting any orders, we finally have our next order here from Popeyes. I just picked it up, $6.25, like 2.7 miles. I'm gonna get this dropped off. We'll see you guys on the next. Just dropped off the last order here from Popeyes. Ended up being $8.75. So now it's currently 1:50 and the slow times have arrived. It is super dead right now. Making my way back towards the town center. Hopefully we get something along the way. But everything I keep getting is super far, like 15, 16 miles. So yeah, needless to say, we're not taking any of those orders. So we'll see you guys on the next one. After about 5 minutes of waiting, we finally have another order here, and I just picked it up. It was from North Italia, one item, $6.25. Literally going to the same place I was just at, because where the Popeyes is located at, it's like a big building that like has like a restaurant at the bottom, you know, and people live up top. So we're going back there, and then just leave it at the main lobby or whatever. So we should be done in about 5 minutes. So hopefully we can get a bunch of these little orders, like, you know, $6.25, 2 miles here, 2 miles there. Like, I'll do those all day long. Perfect 2 to 5 orders. We'll see you guys on the next one. It felt like forever. We finally have another order here from McDonald's. $8.25 for 4.6 miles, 7 items. It's not the greatest order, but it's the best I've seen in a while, and it'll put us over $100 for the day. So let's go, guys. We finally hit the $100 mark, sitting at $102, and it's been a rough one. I'm telling you. I think last hour we only did 1 order, so it's definitely one of these slow days for sure. Currently 3:20 in the afternoon, so yeah, I mean, we'll see how long it takes us to get another order. Hopefully not too long. See you guys in a bit. When I thought it was gonna be super dead, I got this order here from Total Wine showing 1150, like 3.5 miles. So let's get it. The order picked up here from Total Wine, and it has the potential to be a pain in the ass because it's a gift order, meaning that this customer bought it for someone else as a gift. Now, typically a gift is usually like a surprise, you know what I mean? But I need to be able to ID them. And this happened last year too, when I used to do more Total Wine before I started the channel, especially for like, you know, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. People would always gift items, and nobody would be home or nobody would answer the door, and then you have to bring them back. That used to be a pain in the butt because they would pay you, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't something that would be meaningful. That would be like, you know what, I'll bring it back, not a problem. It was like, I'll bring it back, and they're paying you like $385, $585, you know. So hopefully that's not the case here. But if anything, I guess I'll give them a call if they're not picking up or they're not opening their door. We'll see how it goes. It's just a wine bottle and some chocolate, like dark chocolate. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I get to the lady's building. Of course, I call her. She's not answering. Why would she answer this random 650 number, right? So then I put here. I can't hand it to the customer, and then it gives me this screen right here where it says, you know, basically the timer to try and reach them. If not, at the bottom it said to return it, and they were gonna pay me like what, like 1.5, the guaranteed amount. I was like, okay, you know, I was down for that, you know, but I would much rather give them that delivery. So then when I called the other number, it gave me to the original person to place the order, and she was like, well, she's like, oh yeah, I put in her phone number, so you have to call her. And I was like, I've been calling her. I don't think she knows who's calling her, so she's not picking up. And she's like, oh, okay. So she's like, I'm gonna message her, so hopefully she can come out. And then out of nowhere, some other lady's yelling at me. She's like, hey, are you DoorDash? Like 3 buildings down. I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, it's over here. And I'm like, it says 15 whatever on the app. So the lady not only put the wrong house or the wrong apartment, but luckily, you know, it was right there. But then the lady had to go back upstairs to get her ID, even though I knew she was older than 21. But I was like, I have to scan it. It's prompting me to scan your ID. Like, I have to, you know. I know that you can enter it manually, but, you know, I'd rather, you know, just scan it, you know. So anyways, that was fun. It took an extra like 5-6 minutes. So not a problem. But yeah, definitely interesting for sure. I was curious to see how they would ask you to return it, because before, whenever I would return it, it was a Total Wine delivery from Total Wine. But now these are red card orders. So like, do I have to like give them the receipt and they refund it somehow? I'm glad I don't have to figure that out, because that just sounds time consuming and not fun. So anyways, we're making our way back towards the town center, and yeah, hopefully we get another order soon. But it was definitely a pretty exciting one. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Guys, it looks like we're headed towards the Madeleine for an order showing 625, 1.6 miles for 6 items. Perfect 2 to 5 order. So hopefully food's ready. We'll see you guys on the road. We got lucky they even had the order. They're having some major issues. They don't have a tablet. It goes straight to their system. But they use like a little ticket system, and I guess a little ticket machine was like not plugged in or out of paper or something. I don't know. But somehow the food item showed up in a different computer in the kitchen, so they made those. So then I'll have to just read off from my phone. I was like, hey, I need 2 things of chips, some yogurts, you know. So it wasn't the end of the world, but I definitely felt bad for the next guy coming in, because they didn't have anything ready for his order, you know. So Now we're making our way towards the customer's house. We're about 3 minutes away. Let's go. Update, currently 4:24, and it's been about 15 minutes since last doing an order, and it's slow. You know, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just, you know, close my eyes for a little bit. I do have my earbud, so if I do get an order, it should theoretically wake me up. And if not, then I'm guessing I'll wake up to being paused, but hopefully not. Finally have our next order here. Currently 4:45 in the afternoon from Savage Burrito, showing 625, 2.5 miles. We just picked it up. The food wasn't ready. Ended up waiting an extra 5-6 minutes past the pickup time. But honestly, I'd rather wait for the food than wait for an order. So anyways, we're about 5 minutes, 6 minutes from the drop off. We'll see you there. Let's drop the order off, and then they gave me this offer here from Founding Farmers, 625, 2.5 miles. I went ahead and took it. I'm really hoping the food is ready, because this is that parking lot that has that 15-minute grace period, and after that it's like $7. So hopefully the food's ready. We're about 5 minutes away, if that. The pickup time is in 5 minutes also, so who knows? It is only 2 items, so in theory it should be ready. Hopefully this is the start of dinner, because 2 to 5 today, rough. I think I did maybe 3 or 4 orders, if that. So luckily that order from earlier definitely carried us for sure. I mean, overall, we're not having a bad day when you look at the numbers per se, but it just feels really, really slow. You know, which then again makes my energy level, my vibes not be as good as I like them to be. So I'm hoping I can shake it off and, you know, get in the right mindset and make this money. Let's go. Guys, we're back in the little Lexus, and we got lucky because the food was ready, so we wasted no time. In and out of there in 2 seconds. We're about 5 minutes away from the drop off. We'll see you then. Guys, got the last order dropped off. Ended up being 9:25, and now we're heading back to the same little garage, because Big Buns is next to Founding Farmers. But we got this order here from Big Buns showing 850, 6 items, 4.8 miles. I think the biggest reason why I took it is because the delivery time is in like 20 minutes, so the food's got to be close to being ready. So, you know, if I can knock 3 orders within an hour, I'll do that all day long. So hopefully the food's ready. We'll see you guys. Picked up, and when I was on my way up on the elevator, I got this offer here from Five Guys showing $9.50. I think it's like 6 or 7 items for an additional 4.5 miles, and it's leaving me next to a bunch of restaurants. So I went ahead and took it. Hopefully the food's ready. We're heading to the Five Guys now. We'll see you back on the road. I just pulled out to the Five Guys, and it's not looking good. There's a crap ton of people inside, so wish me luck. I definitely feel bad for the first customer from Big Buns. I should have trusted my initial feeling of Five Guys was way too busy and they were way too behind. But at one point, you know, when you commit to waiting, it gets to that point where you've already committed too much time, so you gotta just wait, you know. So that's kind of where we were at. So I had to wait for it. Currently 5:55. It was supposed to be ready at 5:40. You know, initially I was going to unassign it, but then I realized, hey, I already made my way towards the Five Guys. It's not like Five Guys is directly next to Big Buns, you know? So, it's, you know, we waited it out. We got the food now, and now we're on our way for the first drop-off. We'll see you guys in a bit. We got both orders dropped off. Funny enough, at the first drop-off, there was a lady sitting outside, or standing outside. So when I pulled out, she was walking towards the car. Like, I was like, that's kind of weird. And then she was like, wait, you're not my Uber. The license plate doesn't match. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm dropping off an order. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, nah, that's all good. And she's like, you know what? She's like, I can take it in. My Uber's not here yet. So I gave it to her, and I was like, hey, can you please tell the customer, or Mr. John, I'm so sorry that, you know, it took so long. Like, you know, it was really busy. You know, because I'm sure he was probably pissed. If he was keeping track of the app, he's probably thinking, like, what is this guy doing? You know, so hopefully ratings-wise, technically DoorDash says they protect you from bad ratings when it's, like, not your fault, but you never know. And then doing the second drop off, super smooth. Ended up being like $14, so that was nice. So again, we're currently sitting at 158 with 69 cents, so just shy of 160. We already beat last week's numbers, which is awesome. We still got about an hour and a half left of dashable time. I'm dashing until about 7:30, so hopefully we can hit 200. Let's go. As you can tell, it's crazy dark now. I forgot the whole daylight savings thing happened last week, and now it's like 6 o'clock and it's like pitch black outside. It makes it a lot harder for me to record when I'm driving, because it's a lot more distracting. But anyways, we have our next order here from Fintai, 7 items. I think it's like 2.5 miles or whatever. I've delivered to this guy many times. Honestly, I think it just depends on his mood, because he's either a good tipper or like a crappy one. You just don't really know, you know. But miles make sense. The guaranteed money makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and risk it. We'll see you guys at the drop off. So let's drive back to the town center. I got this order here from Chick-fil-A, and it said red bag required, or catering bag required. I was like, you know what? I have one. Hope not a problem. and then it said $9 guaranteed. I think it was like 19 items. I forget the miles. Let me look at it real quick. I took a screenshot. It was 4.7 miles. So like, you know what? Let's go ahead and risk it. Maybe we get a big payout. You never know. So when I got to Chick-fil-A, it asked me to take a photo of my catering bag and send it. So I did that. Then it said they will verify it somehow, but not a problem. Picked up all the food. It is a lot of food. So I wonder, because it is a catering order, if there is like a higher base pay, kind of like the bigger group orders. So anyways, I guess we'll find out in about 7 minutes when I get to the customer's house. We'll see you then. The order dropped off and it had a $30 tip, but the base pay was only $2.50. So again, I don't understand the base pay. I give up trying to figure that out. But I might have to be on the lookout for these red catering bag required orders. I've never seen one before. Very first time from Chick-fil-A, to be honest. So the customer was really nice. He actually met me outside. It was a leave on my door, but he probably saw me like with all these items. But anyways, so that was definitely, yeah, that was awesome. We definitely needed that for sure. It's currently 7:10. I'm only going to dash till 7:30. So I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes if I get an order. If I don't, then we're gonna go ahead and call it a day, because I gotta run. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. It's currently 7:30 on the dot. I can't stay late today. I got some things I gotta do. But we did crush last week's numbers for sure. We finished at $201.84, and that's, you know, honestly, those 2 big orders carried us, because 2 to 5 was really slow, and dinner wasn't all that great, or at least I didn't get, you know, the orders that I was hoping for. But in the end, it all works out, right? In the end, it all works out. So I'm going to be on the lookout for those catering bag required orders. I've never seen one before. I think it is interesting that it asked you to take a photo of the bag. And then it did have the option of saying you don't have a bag. But I wonder what would happen. Maybe they'll unassign you. I don't know. But yeah, I'll toss up all the numbers here for you guys. It was definitely a pretty successful day. But yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next video. Y'all be safe.